lives one day at a time. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. They're here to get your day going fine. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. And here's your host, Miss Kim Robinson.
Hey, what's going on? It's Dr. Andrew Gibson, pastor of the Vernon Baptist Church in Chicago, Illinois, and you're on with Elation Radio and Kimmy Kim. Listen, you are tuned in to the right place. If you're looking for good gospel music, great topics ranging from health to gospel, you are in the right place. Listen, again, this is Dr. Andrew Gibson from Vernon Baptist Church, where our service times are 10:45 and 1:45. Our 10:45 service is at 6400 South Champlain, and our 1:45 service is 6801 South Bell. Listen, again, I'm excited to be on Elation Radio with Kimmy Kim. Stay tuned. Don't turn that down. You're getting ready to hear the best of the best. What's going on? What's going on? It is you're on right now with the gospel with Dr. Andrew Gibson. We're excited to be on. We're excited to be on tonight as we deal with a topic that I believe is going to be very important. And listen, I want to give it up for our producer, Kimmy Kim, y'all give it up for him right now. Give it up. Listen, give it up. Listen, we're going to get into this show today as we deal with this such a pressing topic, such an important topic, and we're excited. So I want you guys to get yourself together. If you're driving right now, go ahead and put it in cruise mode. Get it together because we're getting ready to start this show, and it's going to be off the chain tonight. Glory to God. So I'm going to give you a chance. Everybody, call your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your sisters, your cousins, your church members. Tell them that call in is about to go down. Yeah. I'm excited. Are you excited? As I said, are you excited? We're going to be talking about, are you a good steward? Are you about this? Because many of us, we are asking God, we are beseeching God, we are praying to God that He will give us our heart's desires, that He will give us the blessings of the Lord, that He will, we always quote the scriptures that I will be the lender, not the borrower, I'll be a head and not beneath. But the question is, what are you doing with what God has given you? Are you a good steward over what you have? Are you a good steward over what you have? And that's what we want to find out. Are you a good steward? And in order to understand this topic, we must first understand what a steward is. A steward is someone who's a manager over someone else's property. Watch this. A steward is a manager over someone else's property, over someone else's possessions. What are you saying, preacher? What I'm telling you is the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, everything that dwell therein. That means everything in this world that we have belongs to God, and He has lended it to us as managers that we may take ownership while we're here as managers and take care of what He has given us. And so the question today is, are you a good steward? Are you a good steward? Are you a good steward over your money? Let's deal with it. Oh, I'm jumping right in it. Yeah, I know it's tax time, tax season. It's even pay week. You know, many of us are getting paid. It's tax time. It's season where we get increased. The question is, what are you going to do with that money? What are you going to do with what God has given you? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? And what have you been doing with what you have? We want the increase, but we won't even give the 10% of what He's already given us. We make $300. God says, give me 30. We haven't even given Him the 30. We make $1,000. We don't give Him the 100. Oh, somebody get mad at me, but we got to talk about it. Are you a good steward? Because if God cannot trust you with the little that you have, He definitely can't trust you with the increase. Ooh, I'm going to back that up. If God cannot trust you with what you already have, He definitely can't trust you with the increase. And so God gives us according to of how we deal with what He's already given us. I just want to ask that question once again. Once again, I ask that question to you. Are you a good steward? Are you a good steward over what God has already given you? Many of us we're in a position where God has blessed us. We're in a position where we have a multiplicity of blessings. We have a multiplicity of things that God has always given us. And we take those things for granted. But I want to tell you that there's nothing too small, there's nothing too great that you have that you should not be a blessing and give it back to God with what you have. I don't care if it is a job making $10 an hour, a job making $12 an hour. We bless God, and we give it back to Him what He has given unto us. Because when we are faithful with what God has given us, then He can trust us with more. God, I want to ask a question to somebody. Are you ready for more? Are you ready for the increase? Are you ready for what you've been praying about? Are you ready, amen, to wake up with the blessings of the Lord, the things that you have been crying about, things that you have been, it's been hurting your heart that you don't have? Are you ready for those things? Don't say yes. Don't say yes right away. Don't you say yes right away, because if you say yes, that means you are saying, I'm ready to be a good steward over what God has given me. Glory to God. I don't know. I believe my co-host is on the line today. Amen. Pastor Quentin Forrest. I want to check and see if he's on. Pastor Quentin Forrest, are you on with us today? As we're talking about today, amen. Are you a good steward? Are you a good steward? I'm not sure if he's on, but we're just checking real quick to see if Pastor Quentin Forrest is on. Are you on?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm here.
Oh, he's on. Pastor Forrest, we've been dealing with, are you a good steward? Are you a good steward? And we've been talking to people about, here it is, we're asking for more. God to bless us. I asked the question, are you ready for the increase? Are you ready for the blessings? Are you ready for the greater job? Are you ready for the business? Are you ready for the millions? But I told them, don't answer that question right away. Don't answer it, because if they say yes, be ready for they have right now. And are they willing to give them back to him? God, so talk to us, Pastor Forrest, how important it is that we are good stewards, that we are good managers of what God has given us.
Yes, sir, Mr. President. Of course, as usual, always have a good topic tonight. And the Word of God said, if you be faithful over a few things, he said that he will make you ruler over many. And one thing I've learned, that we have to be grateful for what we have now, grateful for the little bit. I often teach the church a lot of time we complaining and we walking around with a loaf of bread under our arms. We're complaining and we're not grateful for what we have already. See, we complaining because you got a Cavalier, but if you thank God for the Cavalier, he'll give you a Cadillac. If you thank him for the apartment, he'll give you a house. But you got to be grateful for whatever it is, even your gifts that the Lord has blessed you with. If you be grateful for what you have, the Lord will increase, but we have to learn to be grateful, learn to be thankful. And the one thing I learned, that we are not grateful and thankful enough for what the Lord has done for us, what we have. I mean, we complain about things, but we don't even realize that we are blessed among blessed. So we thank God for the little bit, God will increase. I mean, even if you go back to the story, back to the scriptures, if you remember when they gave out the talents, and the word talk about how they gave out the talents, and one went out and he multiplied, the other one went out and multiplied, but the one got jealous because he had one. He went out and buried him. So he was not grateful. And see, that's one thing about us. We are never grateful for when God has blessed us with something. And we're grateful for the little bit. God would increase what we have, but we got to learn to be grateful. Lord, I thank you for whatever I have. Lord, I thank you. Lord, I thank you for the little bit. Lord, I thank you for the church. We don't have that many, but I said, Lord, I thank you because I know that you'll do the increase. But we have to learn to be thankful. We got to learn to be. The Bible says in Corinthians, he said, in everything we should give thanks, for this is the will of God. So that means thank God for whatever you have. I mean, if you look at it little, but then look around, somebody else wish they got what you got. Because if they have what you have, they'll be more grateful. I've seen folks, homeless folks, on the street more happier than we are, and we sit in the house with heat on. They're outside, so they are grateful. So we have to learn to be grateful, and then God will do the increase. I understand what you mean about being faithful to it, because we want more, but we're not grateful for what we have right now. Mr. President, good topic tonight. Good topic.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And listen here, as we're talking about being grateful and thankful, here's the other part of that. When you're grateful and you're thankful, then you give it back to God. You're good. You manage it. You take care of it properly. Pastor Forward, you can tell when somebody is not grateful of how they treat it. Come on here. If you could tell that somebody is really grateful and thankful for what they have, because they will treat God give them the right way. Think about it. A man who loves his wife and is grateful for his wife, he's going to treat her a certain way. He's going to love on her. He's going to let her know that he appreciates her. A man, a woman who has a car, he's going to take care of that car, wash that car, put gas in that car. He's going to put oil change in that car. That's how we show that we're grateful for what God has given us. Come on, somebody. And that's what it's going to take for us today. We're going to have to show God that we're grateful and that we can manage what he has given us. Because if we can take care of the little things, he'll say, come on up, my servant is faithful over many. Glory to God. Come on, talk to me, Pastor Forrest. Talk to him.
And you said something, you dropped a powerful nugget there. You don't understand that nugget you just dropped there. When you're grateful for what you have, is how you treat it. So it's like you use the example of you love your wife or your husband, and you really see. One thing I found out, Pastor Gibson, that we have a lot of lip service. We say we love something, but our actions show something else. We're grateful for what we have, but our actions show something else. It's just like if you get a car, the Lord bless you with a car, you might consider it a hoopty. But if you treat that car like it's a Cadillac, keep it clean, keep it washed, keep it tuned up, guess what? God will bless you with more, but you got to learn to thank God for what you do have. And then when you thank God, like you say, you show appreciation by taking care of it, maintaining it. Because guess what? Man, you can go out here and get something more, paying more, and it ain't what God wants you to have. And that you walked over, somebody else will still be driving, still going along, and you done got some more sitting in the garage that won't even start up. We got to learn to be grateful, even the wives and the husbands. If you don't learn to appreciate what you have, God will take it and give it to somebody else. And then you'll be crying because you always looking out and looking at something else that you think will be better. So we got to learn to be grateful for whatever it is, whatever the Lord bless us with, whatever it is, even your job. You thank God for the job. Don't complain about it because guess what? You get the paycheck every week. You ain't doing nothing illegal. You get the paycheck. And if you thank God for you flipping burgers, God will let you be the owner of that place. You got to be grateful so that you appreciate it. Come in there and show when you go on your job, you be excited about it. Don't be walking around all day just complaining. Oh, I hate this. I hate this. When you get through complaining, the Lord will take it and give it to somebody else. Then you be walking around mad because you ain't got nothing. So we have to learn to be grateful. We got to learn to appreciate whatever God bless us with. We ought to say, Lord, I thank you. Because guess what? If I appreciate it, He's going to give me more. This is good, President. Very good tonight.
Glory to God. Listen, and here it is, Pastor Forrest. I believe that when we learn how to be good stewards, then God, biblically, and it is biblical sound, that when we are faithful over what God has given us, He'll give us more. Did you hear what I just said? I said when we're faithful over what God has given us, He will give us more. You talked about the story of the one who had the talents, the one who had two, the one who had one, the one who had two, and then the other one had five. He had five. The Bible says the one who had the 5 talents, he was faithful, and God gave him 10. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that means when we are faithful, or the one who had 2, God gave him 4. And the one who did not, watch this, the one who hid his did not do it, take it away from him. I'm trying to tell somebody real quick. I'm trying to help somebody and tell you that when you are faithful, God will give you increase. God will, He will double what you have. Lord God, and I want to prophesy to somebody. I know that we used to do that on this show. But I want to prophesy to somebody and tell you that if you be faithful over what you have, you become a good steward with the little that you have, God will increase you for the years over with. Come on here. I believe in the next 6 months, God can bless somebody. They'll call in and say, I was listening to that word, and my life was never the same because I adhered to the word of the prophet, the word of the preacher, the word of the bishops. God is talking in this place today. I feel God here, Pastor Forrest. God is calling us to be great stewards, to be stewards over our churches. Yes, you talk about it. We may not have, we may have pastors that's down right now, that's depressed because they don't have the amount of members they want. They may not even put out their all into service because they're not preaching to what they want to preach to. But let me tell you something, preacher. Let me tell you something. You better learn how to preach to them 10. You better learn how to preach to them 5 like it was 1,000,000 because God will bless you and increase you when you learn how to take care of what He's given you. Glory to God. Come on, talk to us, Pastor Forrest.
Oh, wow. This is powerful. Tonight, this is powerful, and this is actually helping me very much tonight because here again, when you're being faithful for what God has given you, you maintain it, you take care of it, you love on it. Even our ministries, like you say, a lot of times the preachers would get depressed because everybody didn't come to church. But if whoever is there, you preach to them like it's 1,000 folks sitting out there. You give them the same that you would give if you got a house full of people. You give the same. You don't cut down because, such and such ain't there. They didn't come, so I'm only going to give a little bit and we'll go home. No, the devil is a lie. You give your best. You give your best, and you showing that God say, hey, God, I appreciate who's here. I appreciate what you the gift you've given me, the talent you have given me. I appreciate it. And here again, when you appreciate it, guess what? God will see it. God will see it, and he will honor it, and he will bless you with more. Even if you look in your bank account, somebody right now looking at their bank account saying that the money looking funny, your change is strange, $3 that might be sitting in your bank account. God can work a miracle by in the morning. He can then bless you with more, and you don't know where that money come from. So you got to learn to be thankful. God, I thank you for the $2. God, I thank you for the $20. God, I thank you because guess what? I appreciate what I have right now because I could have had nothing. But guess what? I trust you that the increase is going to come. I believe that God will bless you when you be faithful for what you have. A faithful steward. I've seen folks where they be laying in their bed, they complain and talk about the bed is lumpy. You could be laying on the street somewhere. You could be laying on the ground somewhere. But if you be faithful and thankful for what you have, God will do the increase. But you got to be faithful. If you be faithful with just a few things, God will make you ruler. This is a good word tonight, Mr. President. Good word tonight.
Glory to God. Listen, Pastor Forrest, I know that this show, man, has really been blessing me, and I know it's blessing you. And here it is,
yes,
Pastor Forrest. We're going to end this show tonight kind of early, but I want you to have the last words, Pastor Forrest. I want you to have the last words on this stewardship, on being faithful, on being a great steward. I want you to have the last words. As we end this show tonight, God, we want you to I want you to help the people tonight. As we end the show tonight, I want you to give them the last words and the benediction. Go ahead, Pastor Forrest.
Tonight, Mr. President, you have dropped a powerful nugget, and I pray that someone has took this word and it didn't fall on stony ground about being faithful over what you have, a faithful steward, whatever it might be, whether you're a pastor, maybe whether you're a layman, whether you over your house, your job, your company, your money, whatever you might have, you give God praise. You thank God for what you have. I tell you, don't complain about what you have, but thank God for what you have. Because if you look back at what you have, because I heard an old song by Father Hayes. They said count your blessings, name them one by one. So if you start counting your blessings and look at what you have, then you won't have time to look at what you don't have. So then you'll be grateful, you'll be faithful for what you have, and God would do the increase, God would do the blessings, and thank God for it. Tonight we have had a good time tonight. We pray that you have took this word, because the Bible said don't be just hearers, but be doers of the word. We love you. God bless you tonight. We love you with the love of Jesus. Bye-bye.
God bless you. God bless you. You have been talking with Dr. Andrew Gibson and Dr. Forrest, Quentin Forrest from Chicago, Illinois. We'd love to have you back with us next week, same time, same channel. In Jesus' name. God bless you. Are you ready? Are you a good steward?